So guys, this is how I'm spending my first deload week, going for a short little trip over to Bali. It's gonna be my first time over there. I've been to Indonesia twice last year, but never to Bali before, so gonna be meeting up with some of the pullers over there in Bali tonight for some awesome pulling. Catch you guys there. So off to Bali we go. Plane ride itself was a pretty easy one, 2.5 hours from Singapore to Bali. The airport itself was very welcoming, and customs itself was very easy to get through, because for Singapore we can just use the automatic gates. So I've arrived in Bali, just gonna wait to grab my luggage and then head over to the hotel room, get some lunch, and then yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. So for my short stay, I stayed at the Patra Bali Resort and Villas. The ride there was basically just 5 minutes, and the resort itself sent an airport transfer for me, so that was pretty nice of them. Looked pretty cool, and here's a room tour. This was their basic deluxe room, I think, and even so, it was pretty spacious, and it also came with a complimentary pizza. Here's the bathroom with a tub and also a shower as well. Right over here you can see the balcony looking out into the little courtyard and all the other villas. I am now in my resort, checked into my room, now headed out to get a little bit of a midday snack, and maybe after that visit a pool, or could just lounge around the room before heading out in the evening for some action. So lunch was a little late for me. We arrived at roughly 3:30 and didn't really get settled in until about 4, so even at that time they still had a cafe open with some local food. A little bit pricey, but it wasn't too bad. After that, I just headed back to the room for a little break before going out in the evening for arm wrestling practice with the Balinese team.
Yeah, I'm Saras. Yeah. Welcome to Bali. Yeah. Yo, bro. Yeah. 1 year. Yeah. 1 year. Yes. Yannick. Yeah, influencer in Bali. Influencer. Nice. Still waiting for our schoolboy, right? Yeah, the schoolboy. Okay.
Last time I hold his hand was at IFA.
Yeah. Today gonna be tough for you.
And after all the introductions were done, we are headed off to the pulling. So Saras helped us to find a lovely spot by the beach. It was awesome, had fireworks and stuff right by the beach, and it was a big open space, nice location for all the passersby to watch us get into action. And most of you might not know this, but I'm quite shy in person, and so I was really appreciative of Igor to be there to help me initiate this little fun King of the Table challenge against all the Balinese arm wrestlers. So first up, you're gonna see me up against this guy called King Kong, and wow, I can tell you the dude definitely earned his name. Super thickly built. Apparently he's a junior. I might have heard it wrong, but I think he's a junior, and definitely one of the more promising guys out of Bali. And this dude Tagar, apparently he's #1 in the 70 kilos category in Bali. I didn't know until after the fact. I wanted to just try and test a hook. I didn't think he was going to be that strong, but because of my previous injury in my elbow, I didn't really feel like going all out in the hook, so I didn't really want to tax my arm too much, so just decided to switch up to a top roll, and it was easy day from there. Go! Fucking strong motherfucker! And this is my friend Igor. Igor was actually the guy that I reached out to get this little practice going, and I'm very thankful for him. Igor, I first met him back in December, first at Veer competition, and I knew from the after pulling that Igor had a decently strong hand, so just went with my same plan, slipped, went to the strap, and yeah, power-wise, he's not quite there yet. Sorry, Igor. And this dude, Balin, I saw from a bit of the practice pulling before this that his strength level was pretty close to Igor, so didn't really underestimate him and just went all out for him. And just to throw in a little, bonus match over here, had a random drunk Aussie along the beach, just sipping one too many beers, and decided to hop into our little king of the table here and tried to de-escalate things, but I think it was a little too far gone, but still, it was an interesting experience.
Hey man, you going right for a goose? You're fucking strong, but still winner.
And this dude here is Yannick. He was introduced to me as the #1 influencer in Bali for arm wrestling. Yeah, dude has about 25,000 followers on TikTok, so pretty cool guy. He was a friendly guy off the table, and yeah, but you could see he just wanted to go 2 rounds to try again. Maybe he thought he had something on me.
Ready, go!
And this is Yuri. Some of you may have seen him in my previous videos. Firstly, last year in Vietnam. I didn't really officially meet him there. I more officially met him at IFA World Championships last year. We competed in the same category, 78 kilos. He is the, at the time, strongest guy in Bali. You can see him in some of the after pulling after this, going up against the #1 local in Bali, and they're pretty close in strength. And here we have Saras, the president of Bali Armwrestling. Very, very friendly guy. He chatted with me the days leading up to this, and he was so helpful. He drove 3 hours from his home village all the way down just to meet me, and I'm so grateful for Saras. Thank you again for having me over here. So I tapped out at 7.5, got really pumped, just had nothing left, but it was an awesome king of the table. And here's a couple more of the after pulling footage. And also, my friend Igor has his own channel. Check it out in the description below. He's uploaded a couple of the other matches as well. I also have a couple more matches that I'll only release on my Patreon and Coffee, so members, you can look forward to that. But for now, you can just enjoy the rest of the after pulling and the rest of the video, especially the one with me and the #1 in Bali over here. After that, Saras treated us to dinner, had a lovely time chatting with him and Igor and our friend Ali, who came to visit as well, and it was so fun. Can't wait to see these guys again. morning, gentlemen and ladies. As you can see, it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Day 2 in Bali. Today's just gonna be a completely relaxing day. Arms have been taxed, so on to the R&R. So I kicked off the day with a buffet breakfast. We had a nice simple spread of local and international dishes, and yeah, it was honestly pretty filling, pretty delicious, and a great way to start off the second deload day. And after breakfast, I went for a quick dip by the pool. You can see outside of this window right next to our breakfast place. It was so awesome, and it was very refreshing escape from the Bali heat. It was roughly 29-30 degrees about that time in the morning. So very refreshing, cooling, great time to spend the day when the sun rises. And after that, it was time to head for lunch. Went to a pretty cool rooftop bar called Kuta Social Club. It's located at the top of the Ovola Hotel, and honestly it was a really cool location. Food was great, everything, the atmosphere. Only thing was that it was a little bit windy, so drinks and chips and everything was just getting thrown off the table because of the strong winds. But other than that, it was an awesome place. After that, I just roamed around nearby and wandered into this Beachwalk shopping center and had a lot of modern brands. Prices were on the higher side, but I assume that's just because this is the touristy part of town, and yeah, mostly international brands here. Thank you. And for dinner, of course, had a little bit of a circus performance over here. But yeah, some nice little Teppenyaki to end off the day. Very fiery experience.
Thank you. Beautiful.
So yeah, after that, the next day after breakfast, it was just time to head back to Singapore. It was a very short trip, but nonetheless, it was a very enjoyable one. Had a great time meeting everybody and just enjoyed, wandering around some of the local areas. And now we are back in sunny Singapore. What a great way to end off my very first deload week after probably 3 months of no strength training. So I had 3 weeks of proper strength training, and then ended off this past week with a trip in Bali, which was amazing. But on a serious note, if you guys do want to know how to do a proper deload or anything else related to arm wrestling training, I do have coaching, text, and video consultations on my website, link in the description below. You can choose between me or any of my other coaches. But yeah, got to see the level of the sport over there in Bali, and I can tell you it's pretty decent. It's not quite at the level of the mainland, like Jakarta, Indonesia yet, but it's getting there. A lot of young, new, up-and-coming arm wrestlers, most of them probably not more than 2 or 3 years of experience, so a lot for them to learn, but still the potential is there. You've seen some of the guys in the video, very extremely thickly built guys, so I think there's a lot of potential, and definitely going to be heading back to Bali again soon one day, hopefully to see if their level has gone up. But yeah, guys, now time for me to take a rest, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.